Now, this must be something of a rare bird now. It's an Interstate 6050 radio recorder. And as you can see, it's absolutely immaculate. There's not a mark on it. And it's the same inside. It doesn't look to have ever been used. Lord knows how, because this must have been made way back, probably in the early 80s. Because it still has, among other things, the battery tuning meter as a moving coil meter, and then opposite you have a little tiny tape counter. It's a nice high quality mechanism, and it's nicely put together. It's quite easy to dismantle. Everything plugs into everything else. Minimal amount of unsoldering has to be done to take it apart. And even the aerial is still nice and tight. You see, it doesn't drop down annoyingly like they usually do when you get hold of one that's got a few years mileage under it, shall I say. You see there the specification on the back. 9 volts DC from 6 C cells. I'm just starting to call them C cells, and I think that actually came from Hong Kong, that term, as did this set. Inside there, perfectly nice, no corrosion, no anything, no sign of any ill effects. You've got an FM stereo and mono switch on the back, which seems a bit quaint now, but some idea as to how little use this has had can be seen from here, because there's just nothing, is there? It looks like new. You've got a headphone plug there for full-size headphones, and then 2 external speaker plugs as well, if you wanted a better sound. And then of course your figure of 8 mains lead. And you can see for yourself that apart from a tiny bit of surface dust, there doesn't seem to be much to report with this. The only problem is that although it all looks immaculate, and it is nicely put together, it doesn't seem to want to go properly at the moment. The tape deck will play quite happily through this speaker, but through this speaker you get a sound like the motor running. There's not much audio coming through apart from that. And then the radio is very quiet as well on all bands. It doesn't seem to want to know. Tried contact cleaner on the internal switches. The record playback switches are a bit strange on this one. It's actually got 2 of them right next to each other, like the 2 bars in a Twix, you know, and one for left and one for right. And at first I thought, well, perhaps they haven't soldered them up properly, and that might be why this thing looks so immaculate, because it's never worked, so nobody's ever used it. Just a thought. There are twin microphones, nice little condenser things. I haven't tried it recording. I don't know whether it's AC or DC bias, I'm sure. Since it comes from Hong Kong, it could be DC bias, and if it is, it's a shame, because it's a nice sounding machine, really. Now you see, that's the right hand channel. If I swing it over to the left hand channel, very odd indeed. It's pretty basic on top, this, by the way. Just got tone, balance and volume in a row there, and then your tape deck controls, including pause. It's quite a nice symmetrical design, isn't it, this one? So yeah, it'd be a shame if it does have to go, because well, I won't sling it. I'll give it to the local museum, because they've got a collection of this sort of thing, and if it goes there, it doesn't really matter that it doesn't work, because they won't be using it. But it would be nice to get it to go, wouldn't it? Anyway, oh dear, see you again soon.